Okay guys, we're inside of Helldivers and I've taken a few days off. We've been in Amsterdam and thought that we'd give Arrowhead a bit of time to catch up, and unfortunately we're back here today, not with the notice updates that you were hoping for. We have got quite a lot coming in from the team right now as Baskinate has put up 2 announcements, one of which is relatively interesting, and a new support patch that dropped earlier this morning. This isn't going to be a great video, guys, but we've got those positives and the negatives rolling in toll. So let me know all your opinions via the comment section down below, and we can roll on in with what we've got happening today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And on top of that, check out our sponsor, Gamer Subs. They've just dropped their 6 before 6 mid-season drop just a couple of days ago, and this one's absolutely fire. The baseball tee, for me personally, is an absolute winner, and it's definitely worth checking out. Link in the description, and use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. With that being said, though, let's see what it is that the Baskinate has got for us in the first announcement of the day, which came at 9 AM this morning, of which I was not overly pleased about. It states right here, "Greetings, Helldivers. We wanted to finally give you an idea of what's going on with our patch, because as of right now, I'm not sure if you guys have been hidden under a rock or something, but this patch has been worked on for weeks, and we've been waiting week after week with a last-minute notice update that the patch is not ready yet. Well, first of all, our next patch is expected in the 2nd week of June, and second, we also have pushed out an emergency hotfix to address enemies spawning on the drill in the current major order. See the patch notes updates for more info, and we'll get into that one in just a moment. It's definitely not worth ramping and raving about, though, as it seems to be one single piece of information that they've altered throughout these patch notes updates. It does now mean that we've got an announced date for the massive patch balance, but we'll have to wait and see exactly how that one goes, on the basis that we've been left till last minute every single week up until this point. I can't imagine that this one's going to be much of a positive output, but the only positive spin you can take from it is that at least you now know when it's coming. She goes on to state again, though, and states that you are right. We've slowed down our cadence for patches, and we'll go into more detail about it in the upcoming blog. But the short version is that dedicating more time to each patch will allow us to provide a higher quality standard and reduce the pressure on our teams. At Arrowhead, the physical and mental health of the teams is very important to us, and maintaining a long-term sustainable workplace is crucial for our development and staff to avoid putting anyone at risk of burnout. Additionally, the cadence of which we are patching left us a little time to engage with the community or build Helldivers 2 alongside our players, in meaningful ways at least. This slower pace enables us to focus our energy more effectively, resulting in more impactful updates and more enjoyable experience for everyone. You are also right that we should have communicated this change more clearly from the start. We sincerely thank you for your patience and support as we make the adjustment. Now, as to whether you guys see that one as a negative or a positive, I'm actually really intrigued, so do let me know via the comment section below. I think as an overall, the main statement that they're trying to make is a massive positive. There's not many games in the industry nowadays that go for a weekly update and try to hit home with a big one each week every single time. So the fact that they were holding that one down so well was absolutely amazing completely, and I didn't think that we'd ever see the day where a game was able to actually do that, but nonetheless it wasn't able to be held out in the longevity. We are obviously going to be moving through to mainly more a monthly patch update is what I would expect coming from the Arrowhead team, as it does seem to be a standard that most games seem to run through, and it's quite common in today's day and age, especially with the live service model. So we'll have to see exactly how that one pans out, but I'd go down every 4 weeks. The likelihood is we'll see a new update, starting with the 2nd week of June, where we have the big balance turnover, which for me is definitely going to make or break the game. But you will notice that they did state that there was a support incoming, where we received this tweet here on the Helldivers official Twitter stating, "We have issued a patch for players to address an enemy spawning bug in the Operation Enduring Peace major order." Now, I purposely haven't been going through the major order over the last few days. Like I stated, we have been in Amsterdam, took a couple of days out. As of Monday, we are going on to double time with around 5 live streams a week and content coming up daily. So be aware that this is definitely going to be amped up when it comes to what games that we're approaching on the channel. But the only single thing that they actually pushed out in a hotfix was that they fixed an issue causing enemies to spawn on the drill during the Operation Enduring Peace order mission. This one was, for me, a little bit pointless. I'm aware that it might be a bit of a problem, but the fact that they had posted up an announcement to state that we had a brand new patch, I know that it kind of makes sense because you'll have to download it, but realistically, 10 megabytes ain't going to change anybody's world, and most of you won't even know that you updated your game. As far as the known issues go, though, this list is damn well large, and it's got around half of the list consisting of things that were here in week 1, week 2, and considering the game's been around a good few months now, it's kind of disappointing to see that we've not been able to get those fixed. Alongside that, though, they've had the new FAQs updated, where the Baskonator posted up stating that it is not an exhaustive list, but we'd like to add over at time as we gather more information. If you have specific questions, you can reach out to the community manager and we'll add them to the FAQs if and when we can get them answered by the team. And these again are quite bog standard questions and answers, of which are probably not too helpful for most. States right here, does Helldivers 2 support cross progression? No, not at this time. Does Helldivers 2 support mouse and keyboard on PlayStation 5? No, not at this time. And can we have a player-facing roadmap for future content updates? It's something we'd love to do, but we don't have any info on this right now. So as it stands, that was pretty much pointless as well. The Baskonator coming up with us with a bunch of absolute nothing as it stands over the last 24 hours. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely missing Spitzer right about now. I'm gonna just be real about it. As to what's going on with the other community managers, we'll have to wait and see. They seem to have gone a little bit quiet on the most front, and we'll have to see exactly where that one goes. But the team is definitely growing at a substantial level. Now, this could mean good things. It could also mean bad things. And again, if you want to put your 2 cents in, comment section is there for it, and I try and respond and read to as many of the comments as I possibly can. But the new CEO of Arrowhead, Shams Georgiani, actually posted up a post today for a new job role inside of Arrowhead, stating, "Dear fellow humans, Arrowhead Game Studios is looking for an amazing co-dev outsourcing producer to join our incredibly beautiful ranks. Are you organized and have a track record for herding cats and have a fluid idea of democracy? Then this job is for you. Please share." Now, this could mean some positive things. It could also mean some negative things. The fact that they're working more on the outsourcing is definitely more of a positive input, and they've now got the co-dev role going into place. As far as how this one actually looks on the surface, it looks like it's looking good, and the team are obviously growing and expanding outwards. This could mean a hell of a lot behind the scenes, though, as evidently the workload seems to be getting on top of the current team over at Arrowhead, and they're not able to sustain and keep it moving for the main time movements that they seem to be running on up until this point. Where it is that we'll see the game in the next couple of weeks or even in the next couple of months, we'll have to wait and see, but it does seem like Helldivers seems to be taking the dip that we knew was going to come. I was speaking to another Helldivers YouTuber here on the platform earlier on today, and we kind of made this comparison to the Outriders issues, and if you guys have played that game, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. We had such a high potential for it, and it was absolutely incredible. Me, myself, managed to content over that one, exhausting everything inside of it, and the game was incredible, but unfortunately it just couldn't keep up with what it was that it had set its standard for, and it seems that Arrowhead seems to have done the same. Helldivers 2 was an amazing game, and it set itself up for a bit of failure on a basis that it made out that it was going to be able to supply the demand on a frequent basis. Obviously now we're seeing a slowdown. It doesn't seem like they can actually do that. Nonetheless, the game is still incredible, and I'll still be playing it and bringing you guys as much as I can from the main source materials coming from the team at Arrowhead with Helldivers 2. If you guys see anything and want anything reporting, please let me know via the Discord. The link is down in the description, where I've got over 11,000 of you incredible players in there, all fighting for democracy. That's unfortunately what we've got for today. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. I appreciate all your faces. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.